Hey there, looks like you just brought home your dream thaumatophyllum bipinnatifidum. Whew, that is a mouthful. Here are our top tips for taking care of your thaumatophyllum. So we have very dry air. It is not a forgiving climate up here in the mountains. We're at 6,200 feet in Lake Tahoe, so this is a hardy one. Okay, number one, it does not need a ton of hours of really bright light. It thrives in bright indirect light. The foliage will sunburn if it's in direct sunlight. So bright and indirect. However, if you live in a place like the mountains and you have really dark winters, this will survive and not be affected by the lower hours of light. Less light, lower light is okay. They will tolerate it. Thrives in bright indirect light. Watering. So in this large of a pot, let me get you another large one. That one's inside a nice pot. Hold on. So when they're this large, the soil is gonna stay wet a lot, new growth, a lot longer. So the time between waterings is going to be more than a week or two even in this size. This diameter is 14 inch. So to make watering easy in these really large pots that will stay wet for a long time, we're gonna use the stick trick. So I use any old skewer, chopstick, whatever. This is an old knitting needle from the thrift store. I come back here, I stick it all the way down to the bottom of the pot. I mark the top of the soil with my fingers, and I look for wet soil on the stick. It's like baking if you bake. I don't, but this is what I've heard. So that part came out dry. I'm gonna check in another place. Okay. And looks dry over there too. So I check in 2 to 3 places to make sure that it's evenly dried all the way around. If I just did one, and I just happen to get a dry spot and it's actually really soaking down there, I risk root rot by watering too soon. It's not ready yet. It hasn't dried to the place where we want. And where is that for this? So in a thaumatophyllum, it's typically halfway to 3/4. And that's what I mean by the stick trick. So when you put it in, you wanna make sure there's only moisture in the bottom half to only 1/4. The top half to 3/4 will be dry and have no soil sticking to the stick. Humidity and temperature, they are not very needy at all for high humidity. However, most indoor plants are not going to do well below 55 degrees. They'll stunt their growth in the 45 to 55 degree area, and below that, they're pretty much struggling and holding on, fighting for their life. So keep it in temperate area. If you are comfortable in your house, your plant will be, and don't need a humidifier for this bad boy. We're all good. Prone to any pests. That would be the next thing if this is your first thaumatophyllum. Guess what? It's not. However, there are just some that are more likely to attract a certain pest, like alocasias with spider mites, jade succulent with mealybugs. As far as pests go, we are so lucky with the thaumatophyllum because it is not prone or especially attractive to any certain type of pest. This is a hardy one. As far as pests go, don't have to worry about too many with this because it has such large foliage. They might collect dust, so you can dust. And in the process of dusting your leaves, it also helps prevent any pests from taking over your plant or getting out of control. All right, that's it on the thaumatophyllum. We'll see you with your next dream plant. Peace out.